All right, EDL 851, Zane Warnken, case study. All right, what are the facts? Just the facts. Principal finished up classroom evaluations at the end of the year with all of his teachers. Everyone did well except Mrs. Stevens. Visited her class many times and found she had problems with classroom management. Always seemed to be a lot of noise inside the classroom, student talking, moving around at will. Mostly disinterested and didn't even respond when they were called upon. Students showed very little respect for Mrs. Stevens. Post visitation conference. After that, Mrs. Stevens these are great characteristics: irritable, hostile, and difficult. When he gave specific examples, kind of specific, more general, involve the students more, motivate the students, she became defensive. Her responses were, students clammed up because I was in the room. No conclusive research to prove achievement correlates with student involvement. I don't agree with that. She doesn't think she has any problem with teaching. So obviously there was no progress made. She did not take any of my advice or move forward. Okay. After that conference, I decided to do one more evaluation. Here's the evaluation form. It's 3 levels. It's a very poor one, I think. Very simple, but as you can see, there was 3 below average and 5 average, which is not real good if you want your teachers. There was no change, mostly lecture and no class involvement. Couldn't give any positive feedback. That's how bad it was. It was really a struggle. I decided not to renew the contract after this final observation and the ones before. So she would not be tendered and protected by the union. She was very upset, which, that makes sense. She didn't believe she was doing anything wrong anyway. She really threw the evaluation on the desk, said it was unfair, it was not her fault. Never received practical advice from the principal or supervisor. And that's what we have to kind of dig in. So she never received proper supervision. Was not going to accept this evaluation. I'm not sure what she could do, but that's her choice. What are the legal and ethical issues? Legal issues. In Montana, there was one of the things I read. It talked about they can refuse to employ or reemploy a teacher with or without cause, and need not give any reason for action. So there you go. She really has no leg to stand on. She's not tenured. Ethical issues, no discrimination or harassment. It was just observation. She didn't do well. The ethical issue just might be, did she receive the proper help? But I don't even think that's an ethical issue in the sense of what we're doing as principals. We'd like to do more, and that's where the observation system needs to help. And doesn't look like there's any actual feedback again, but I don't think it's a huge ethical. She says nobody helped her, not her supervisor, not the principal. So these are some things that could be, but overall nothing shady, nothing wrong with what's been going on, except she hasn't done a very good job. Maybe she should have heard about it earlier. So what has happened? Okay, the principal is not renewing the contract of a non-tenured teacher who contends she never received adequate support or a fair evaluation. That's what I came up with. The facts. What are the facts? Okay. Principal serves a teacher a few times. Never saw improvement change. Suggested improvement were not accepted. Is proposing a non-renewal. Mrs. Stevens. She's a teacher who feels she has no support. Feels the system is unfair. Believes the students act differently in front of the principal and faces a job loss. Others. The students. Are they receiving the best education? And do they act differently when the principal's in there? I don't know. And the key is the students. What are we doing to help the students? That's the key. Did she receive proper supervision from her direct supervisor? We do not know, but I think she probably did. We'll see. The school, we don't know much about the program. The evaluation system, we know the principal evaluates and sends it to the superintendent. We don't know the in-depth of it. We don't know if there's actual feedback. We don't know if there's a pre-conference, and then if there's multiple observations throughout the year with walkthroughs and comments and specific reasons, good and bad were given. We just don't know. So these are the things that I struggle with. And I think I say that later. So let's prioritize this information. She can make things difficult in the court of public opinion, but nowhere else. I don't feel there will be any repercussions with the staff or students given her classroom environment, or even how she views her immediate supervisor. The individual involved, the principals, Mrs. Stevens, and the superintendent, I think are the main ones. The only person who could not have been consulted would be her direct supervisor, where she said she would never receive any practical advice. What can I learn? I can learn that observations are very difficult. Oh man. Conducting effective observation with actionable feedback is vital. If you want to have answers to all of this, this is the key. Having a plan and doing multiple observations can save you in school from problems. Communicate, communicate, communicate. I'm not a great communicator, but it's something I'm definitely going to have to work on if I do this. Expectations, outcomes, essential information, good or bad, what you're looking for, why you're looking for it, how you can give professional learning involved in helping these teachers. So we want to make multiple and consistent observations with a lot of communication. Do I have enough? I believe I do. Based on the interaction with the teacher, and wants to try to improve is a huge part of this. Also, she's a non-tenured, and that's important as an administrator, I believe. What do I want to know? Well, how many observations were done before these final ones? Did they communicate with Ms. Stevens that she was struggling before this? Was there a chance to improve? Was there a chance for her to improve her teaching? I don't know. Was she given specific advice for improvement or any training to improve in these areas? We don't know this information. All right, what are the options? Take no action, let her come back, just renew her. It's the easy way out. There's no problem. Public opinion. I won't be questioned if I did things correctly. I think there's a lot of consequences that went against my recommendation. Well, people believe you're a strong leader. You'll put an ineffective school teacher back in. She'll become tenured, and you'll be done with it. You'll have her forever. Offer provisional license for an extra year with steps for her to complete to get a new contract. I'd only do this, I feel, if I caused the problems and didn't help all that I could. Allow Mrs. Stevens an opportunity to keep her job. It holds both the teacher and the principal accountable for following through these steps. So that's good. Shows the teachers and superintendent can make decisions and don't back them up. There's a problem with that leadership, I think. Mrs. Stevens might reject and say if she's good enough, might as well say she should get tenured. And I'm not even sure what the union would accept this proposal. But it'll be an opportunity to, if I feel as a principal, I did not do enough for her, but given my observations system, I might not have had to in this system. And then the following, stick to my decision and not renew the contract for Mrs. Stevens. Stand by it. Could create a problem if Stevens fight it, but there's not much repercussion. There's no due process in this. I think that'll help teachers understand that I want good and cooperative teachers that work as a team, but it also can create some distrust depending on how I handle it. What are these options? Let's evaluate and let's pick. Pros of renewal of the contract. No problems, easy for me, no stress of fighting. Don't have to fill the position. What are the problems? I think she's not good enough. That's why I non-renewed her. I'll put a disgruntled, ineffective teacher back in the classroom. Does that help our students? Because again, why do we do this? For the students. The best thing we do is improve students, and that's not doing it. She receives tenure, like we said, and she's still there. I think I would lose my trust of the superintendent. Maybe some of the staff that see this teacher's not very good. I'm just not strong enough to lead. How about if in the progression year action, I think it gives her an opportunity to improve, gives me an opportunity to really help her. It will create specific steps for her to meet, allows me to create a system so there will not be any more problems like I experienced with Mrs. Stevens. Shows teachers that we, the school, are willing to help struggling teachers. Cons. She might not accept the proposal. She might not improve. Full year of students with ineffective teacher. Problem to explain to the superintendent about my shortcomings. And the one I should add is that she's a very uncooperative teacher, very disrespectful. It's hard to deal with that. And then not renew the contract. Pros, I stick to my original decision, which I believe was right. School will move on from an ineffective teacher because we want effective teachers reaching our students. Let's teacher know the importance of observations. No more difficult conversations with Mrs. Stevens. Those must be hard. Cons, Mrs. Stevens could pursue some action, but I don't think there's any legal protection or legal action she can take. My observation ability and system could come under fire, and I'd have to hire a new teacher. What is the best option? Well, for me, I will do the non-renewal. I'll send my recommendation to the superintendent. I'll continue with communicate with Mrs. Stevens' supervisor. I will need to improve my observation systems to implement a system that will provide professional learning, actionable feedback, is timely and consistent, multiple observations, walkthrough and formal, great communication, especially for struggling teachers, specific comments that will contribute to the teacher's improvement. The reasons I choose this is I believe culture is very important. Mrs. Stevens did not show any desire to improve or grow. She also did not take any responsibility for her teaching. I believe that teachers are professionals and with one of the most important jobs in the world. If she's not willing to learn and grow, I don't believe she will ever be an effective teacher. And this is not the time, I believe, to make students pay for her and act. Because if she wants to grow, she can always find another job teaching, I believe. Teachers are lifelong learners who need to improve every year. Implementation. How will I implement this? Well, there's my steps. I don't think it's real complicated because everything's been laid out. But first thing I'll do is I'll send my recommendation to the superintendent. I'll let Mrs. Stevens know she will not be renewed. No details. Just let her know we are not renewing. I'm not going to give her anything to say I'm lying. It's just, sorry, I don't have to give cause, but we're not going to renew you this year. We're going to go a separate direction. Third, I'll have to post for a new teacher, of course. Fourth, I'll have to set interviews with the best prospects and dig deep into that because I want to hire the right people. Fifth, hire the most qualified person that fits our school culture. Not just the smartest, but I want hardworking people that fit our culture, that are willing to work with others and make our school the best it can be. And finally, I'll update the observation system. I will include the pause method and add multiple observations, including adding peers into this group. I want to make sure this doesn't ever happen again in the sense that it's a shock. It's got to be a 3-year process of getting this teacher to where we want them to be, or they don't belong, and let them know before they even start. This is our goal. We want you to get to this point. If you can't get to that point, we're going to move on. But we're going to help you every step of the way. If you're willing to work, if you're willing to try, we're willing to work with you. So that is my plan. Thank you for this class. It's been difficult, but I've really enjoyed it. I really enjoy your feedback. Thank you for that. Hope you have a great year, and maybe I'll have another class with you. Bye.